Hello, hello, hello. It's Redheaded Riding Hood, Red for short. Hi, Roy and Becky. How are you? I need to head over there tomorrow. I've been so busy. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? I'm so excited, you guys. I got the job lifeguarding. So I start training. Hi, Ivan. Hello. Welcome to Brad's. How are you? Good to see you. I need to finish making my salad. I did make my quiche yesterday. And here it is. And I got a little corn muffin. And I'm finishing up my salad. My interview was at noon. I still have this. What I found, I had to go to Ross. I went to Ross. I was gonna go. I knew it was gonna take me longer if I went to a thrift store. Hey, Crystal. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for being here. So good to see you. So I apologize for not being here yesterday. I had a situation come up and yeah, I honestly had a little anxiety about it. And I needed to pray and just chill a minute. So I'm sorry about that. And I'm gonna remember to play my flute before I eat, because when I eat, if I play my flute, it will get, even if I think it's like all gone, it can get little food particles in my flute, and I don't want to do that. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll blow bubbles later since I have my food right here. I don't want to get bubbles on it. I have, um, I got, I got food stuff on at. Look at this though. It's Prince of Peace cappuccino. When I saw that, I had to get it, and it's good. I made me a cup in my Joyce Meyer cup, but it does have carbs in it, so 17 grams. But it's good. If you don't, this will be my last cup of it for the day. So glad you're all here. I'm going to take you over here to finish my salad. So I had to decide between two different shirts, and I got some new slacks here. I got lettuce. I got avocado. I got my tomato and peppers. These are the last of the peppers. So yeah, I needed to finish up my salad. I got some radishes. You guys know how I like my salad. So you guys, I wanted to get a job. I got stories for y'all. I got stories for y'all. I wanted to get a job at a gym before, right after my separation. I've been working out regularly for a long while, and I only gained all of my weight back, and then extra was when after the divorce, depression, parental alienation, and COVID really did me in, and I gained the weight back that I lost in 2008, and then I gained 30 pounds, so it was like pretty bad. But before, I wanted to get a job at a gym, and I started doing an online course that I never finished. I started doing the course online to be certified as a personal trainer. I have a lot of cucumber. I like cucumber. It's good. Oh, I have a carrot. I'm going to cut that up some. Radishes. Lots of peppers. Tomato. Can you see that? You had a Pop-Tart. I used to love Pop-Tarts. I used to get them for my kids, but I used to eat them too. This part of the... I love avocado. This is my last avocado. So I was thinking of Lindy. I might not buy avocados for a little bit to save money. Lindy doesn't buy avocados, and she doesn't buy sour cream. And my sour cream went bad because it doesn't freeze well, you guys. When I went to Portugal, I put my sour cream in the freezer, and it got broke up. It got all like, I don't know, grainy. And I'm like, I think I'm going to have to throw it out. So I threw out my sour cream. I thought about putting it in the quiche, but I didn't. I made the quiche the recipe called for cream, but I didn't have any cream. I used milk. And it's a quiche Lorraine, which is with bacon. But I didn't have any onions, so I didn't put onions. It calls for scallions. I'm putting this whole avocado in my salad because, well, I love avocado, and it's just perfectly ripe. And if I leave it, I don't know. And I usually make the salad like every other day. So I don't know if that's going to save for 2 more days. So I thought, there, my salad's done. Let me wash my hands. You guys, I love these tomatoes. I got them. They're called Campari. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Campari. Campari. They're really good. Dripping, dripping, dripping. Let me take you guys back over here. And we'll pray. so I can eat. How is everybody doing? Pop-Tarts are an easy breakfast. I don't usually eat breakfast, but this morning I was a little bit hungry, so I did have a piece of quiche this morning, and I didn't want to go to my interview like hungry, so get my salad. There we go. And I still have olives here to put on. And I got blue cheese dressing. Blue cheese dressing. Yeah, I'm not usually hungry for breakfast, but what happened is, so I went to Ross last night. I'm bad about getting their little goodies and treats, and I got this coffee, and I got some cookies. I tried like one. No, I didn't try one of each cookies because I got oatmeal cookies and I got chocolate chip cookies. I didn't open the chocolate chip cookies, and oatmeal with chocolate chip, they were like this big. So I just tried one. So I don't like completely deny myself. I feel like I do better. I do better at my dieting because that's the way I've always done it, and I lost weight before. I got these apples. I've said before, I like to get stuffed red apples with red in the title. I tried these last night. They are good. I got a bag that has these packets in it. And I got a candle. I got a lot of clothes because I got rid of most of my clothes, you guys, when I was getting ready to take off from my RV, when I downsized. My clothes I didn't get any money for. I'm gonna light my candle. This is my new it's pumpkin candle. It smells good. I got two of these. They came two together at Ross. I love Ross. And that's where I was thinking of going when I redid my word, because I don't have anything that was appropriate for an interview. So I got this shirt. I don't know if I'm ever going to wear this shirt again, but I got this shirt for the interview. So my followers are flames. So welcome to the flames, y'all. That's why I'm lighting the candle, in case you're wondering. So yes, I'm really excited. I got this. This is my first like real job, regular job since when I was pregnant in 1986 and 1987. I worked at a doctor's office. That was my last regular job. But since then, I've been, don't ever ask a stay-at-home mom if she works, please. It's so rude. I mean, people don't think, I guess, but everybody needs to work. That is my opinion. Whether you have a regular job. Thank you for sharing my live stream. Thank you so much, Crystal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am still doing the contest, you guys. I took the pictures of all the little things. And I'm just like deciding, in my head about what the rules are going to be and all that. It's going to be like, if you watch any live stream really, and you can pick from all my little things. I took photos. It's a bunch of stuff like the puzzle box. You can win a little owl. You can win. If you're going to UK and you need an adapter, you can win that. All these things I decided to throw in. I'm going to get back to this, you guys. I did crossplay as Black Widow. That's Black Widow. And this is the one for today. If you want to win. I was called Mermaid in high school. So if you find a live stream and watch the whole live stream, I'm sure there's at least one where I tell that story. They called me mermaid in high school, and it was before the Little Mermaid came out with red hair. So it was funny. My mom said, "Oh, and she has red hair," because my mom noticed in my mom was being nosy and looked in my yearbook, I guess, or something. I don't know if I showed her or not. My mom learned as she went along, though. She got less like that. She got wiser, but she noticed in my yearbook that they called me mermaid before Disney came out with a red-haired Little Mermaid. But anyways, let's pray. And dear Lord, thank you for this food and all the good things you give us. Thank you that you're working in the situation, my family, Lord. Forgive me for reacting and being overly anxious, Lord. And please let my family forgive me, Lord. Yes, I pray you'd help us in our families, Lord, to forgive each other, Lord. Everybody messes up and everybody does wrong and everybody does mistakes, Lord. Help us to forgive one another. And if, a situation comes up where someone was freaking out and someone maybe felt like they needed to block them, Lord, I pray that it's only for a time that they have to do that, and that they won't see that as anything permanent. And just help us to be calm, Lord, in our reactions. Forgive me for overreacting and getting anxious, Lord, about the situation, and help me to give it to you, Lord. And thank you for reminding me with funny little things like the Prince of Peace cappuccino. Who would name a cappuccino that, Lord? But it just made me look at and think, yes, you are our Prince of Peace, Lord. Thank you for giving us peace. We don't need to be anxious. Your word says to be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, make our requests to you. And that's what we need to do, and not be anxious, Lord. And I thank you for this food, and I pray you continue to be with my friends and heal my friends that need healing, like Rose and Lori, and be with them, Lord, and bless all our children and our grandchildren, and thank you for them. We pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. So 6 here. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, I'm having this lovely salad, quiche I made yesterday, and this little corn muffin. They're really good. So the last one, I got those at King Soopers, which is that's upside down. Which is the Kroger in Colorado. So, yeah. And my quiche came out good. It has cheddar cheese, and it has Swiss cheese, and it has mozzarella cheese in it. So that's just what I have, using like what I had. I made 2 quiches. I had 6 eggs. And it came out good. And I had bacon left over from, what did I have bacon left over from? Bacon and eggs, I think. I put it in the refrigerator, and I tried it to make sure it was still good, because it had been in there a little bit, and it was good. And then I got more bacon because I wasn't sure that bacon was good. I got more bacon, and I cooked that too. I love quiche. and I just buy the already made pie crust. And I have blue cheese dressing. This comes out in like a blob. Whoops. Ah. I love dressing though. And that is a lot of salad. I'm gonna like spread it around. Thank you. I made my son, I did think to make it smaller. I made my son salad when he came by on Tuesday. So I said, I made you salad. Do you want it or no? No. He's like, yeah, sure. He's like, but I can never finish it. I said, that's okay. I usually finish your salad. So he eats some of it. Yeah, I still have, like, is it from that? Which time is it from? Okay, it's not from all the way from January, because that was January, the cupcakes I brought to courtside. I was trying to make those cupcakes so perfect. I was trying to make those cupcakes so perfect, but I also tried to frost them with the piping thing, and I'm not good at that. Yeah, they'll taste good, and they did taste good, but they didn't look like I wanted them to look, because I was making them for Carol's birthday, and yeah, Carol did get some, but I was making them for Carol's birthday, and then I thought they didn't look good enough. But everybody brought cake for Carol's birthday, so it was okay. And I didn't know it was wasn't it Becky's birthday too? I didn't know that, and I was just I was just like, I'm gonna give some to Roy and Becky. Yeah, that's right. Crystal got some too. What are you having? The salad looks wonderful. I'm having raw broccoli and spicy extra lean ground turkey with curry. That sounds good too. I put a lot of dressing. They don't have the selection of salad dressings in Europe like they do here. So I have frozen cupcakes in the freezer, some from when I made them for Albert's work. That was in I think that was in May or June. Hey Ronald, how are you? Hello. Thank you for praying for me. I'm doing much better today. Appreciate it. And Chris Rowan, everybody. Yeah, I had a hard morning. Yeah. Found out some news that was just a little bit worrisome. So And talking about it, I've learned that I really need to be careful who I talk to about it and how much I talk about it and what I say. Joyce Meyer's really right about, like, be careful what you say. Hey, do I know them? Dibriv Friends had a premiere. Do I know them? Are you a moderator? If it's a good channel, you can drop their link if you want. Let me go. Wait, I don't have the YouTube side even open. Do I? Let's see. I do not. Let's see. See what I can't find today's live. Where is it? Wait, I'm live on YouTube, right? Oh, okay, there it is. There's my echo. I didn't even share this out. I got the job, Diane. Thank you for praying. I got the lifeguarding job. What am I doing? Y'all still there, right? I'm sharing out my live. I did not mean to pause myself. Whoops. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yes, I got it. I'm so excited. You guys, I got there early. My appointment was at noon, and like, for those who kind of know me, I'm kind of obsessive. I'm just like, you know, my ironing board is still. Wait, you can't see that. My ironing board, I can't. Let me go like this. My ironing board is still over here. There you go. See? I'm just kind of excessive. I was like, okay, I don't need to take what do I need to take my purse for? I don't need to take my purse in. Okay, so I'll take my phone. No, I don't. I'll leave my phone in the car. And I was like, what if I'm talking to him a while and, you know, I don't want to be late for my live. I need the time, you know? So I'm like, okay, I'll put my phone on. It's just like, calm down, okay? Calm down, okay? Pray. God is with me wherever I go. I put on Carrie Job in the car on the way over there. And then, you guys, you know, like, I was like, to cover the tattoos or not cover the tattoos? Because I have a story for you. Let me show you, too. So I had this shirt that will cover the tattoos more, right? And then this shirt. And so at first I picked out this shirt to wear, right? And then I didn't try this shirt on, but I saw this one as I was leaving and I grabbed it and I was like, oh, maybe I should, you know, and because let me tell you a story, because I said I wanted a job before at the gym where I worked out, where I swam. So I wanted a job being a water aerobics instructor. I did at the gym where I swam in Georgia. And this gym, you guys, a bunch of old people worked out there, right? And water walked and all that. And the only person on duty would be the water aerobics instructor, right? Oh, thanks, Diane. Thank you. And you know, this was in Georgia, so this was in like, I separated from my husband in 2014. I can't remember when I started swimming there, but I used to swim there. What was funny, and I did all these things because I couldn't find a regular job. I was donating blood plasma. but I was still working out. And in my ex's big house, he had a home gym in the basement, which he got the gym equipment for himself, but he didn't. He said he had an injury. I don't know, but I used it. He got the gym equipment for himself, but I used it. And so I was working out regularly, and I had lost the 40 pounds really after having my babies when my youngest was 7. She was 7, 2008. She was 7. So I lost all that baby weight, and didn't get down to, I was really quite thin. My ex always made me feel fat even when I wasn't fat. But I weighed 145, and I'm tall. I weighed 145 when we got married, or maybe even less, maybe like 143 or 142 or something. I always felt fat. I always felt, I had this distorted body image, and I wasn't fat. It's like, I'd love to weigh that now. But when I lost weight, I got down to 165, which was fine for me too, because I'm 5'9". So, oh yeah, okay. Oh, you saw her? I've never seen. She's one I haven't ever seen in concert. I don't think, unless she might have been at Chris Tomlin when I went to Chris Tomlin in Atlanta. I don't know, but I don't think she was. But yeah, I love Carrie Joe, and it's very calming. So that's why I put it on the car. It's like, it's very calming. But I want to tell you the story because it's funny. So places, like I said before, I'm not sure why, but I said before, I think I didn't get hired at Chick-fil-A because of my tattoos. Because, my kids were saying, oh, they like to hire young people. But I was like, I had a friend that worked there who was older than me. She was like, well, she was about my age or older than me. I'm not sure. She was in her 50s, I think. And so they didn't hire me at Chick-fil-A, and I thought it was because of my tattoos, and they hired my daughter. We both went for open interviews, and we did, unbeknownst to each other. And then I found out she went and she got hired, and I didn't. We weren't at, they had a few of them, open interviews. And so she wasn't at the one I was at. So I didn't see her there, but we both went to open interviews, and she got hired and I didn't. This was when she was, okay, what year was that? Oh, 2018. So she was 17. She was 17. and so a few years later, I got handed my Chick-fil-A with a woman with a sleeve. And I was like, I was kind of PO'd. I was like, what? Not that I cared, but just that I was like, I didn't get hired. But I don't know why. Maybe it was something else. Maybe it was just there was too many applicants, and there were too many more qualified than me, because I hadn't ever worked in well, I worked in, like, my experience was like 35 years ago. So 40 years ago, so doesn't really count. But oh, I like For King and Country too. Yeah. So anyways, this place where I swam in Georgia, they didn't even have any lifeguards. So I wanted to be an aerobics instructor, and I started to take this course, but I didn't finish the course. I didn't finish the course I was taking online. It was to be a personal trainer. Someone I was starting to watch, and how I learned that my ex and my dad were narcissists, was Lisa A. Romano. And she did that when she got separated from her husband and was getting divorced. She got trained and became a personal trainer. And so this was before I gained all my weight back and then some. So that was 2014, 2015, around that time. And so I was this place where I swam. They didn't. I would be swimming, and then like on one part of the pool, these old people would be water walking and stuff like that. And I was like, there's not even a lifeguard here. I'm like, I'm gonna keep an eye on it because like I'm like, and one of these people could go under at any moment. I was like, so I was swimming, but I was kind of lifeguarding. I felt like I was lifeguarding, but I wasn't. But anyways, and about my tattoos. Okay, so I got Jesus on my hand because of Isaiah 49:16. Um, he says, I've set you continually before me. Your name is on my hand. In some places in the Amplified, it says a tattooed picture of you is on my hand. So it talks like God has a tattoo. And I got these before, some people might look at my tattoos and think I got them when I was away from God, and I didn't. I got them because of God. And the crown is for Psalm 45, and verse 11 says, so the king will desire your beauty because he is your Lord. Worship and honor him. And the broken heart is the light shining through it. And that goes with the switchfoot one, where the light shines through. The wound is where the light shines through. And I got these ones in 2017. And I got these two in 2014. So anyways, not thinking about like, oh, I'm looking for a job and it's going to be a problem. I didn't even think about that. But I was going to be a writer. I'm going to be a writer. I said to the interviewer, I was like, yeah, they say don't quit your day job when you're starting to up something. And I'm like, I don't have a day job. I need to get one. So yeah. And so I didn't say it like that. I was trying to be, I had it in my mind because I think like a lot of times before I would get panicky and more nervous because I was just like, I got to get this job. I got to get this job. I got to get this job. And then I would flop and I wouldn't get it. So, yeah. So I had in mind when I went for the interview today that if I don't get this job, then that means that's not the job for me. And also, I was like, if I don't get a job right now, I won't have to rush. If I am able to go to Philly when my grandbaby arrives, I won't have to rush or anything. But I did decide that if I get the job, I'm probably going to go a little bit later, either October or November or December, to see the baby, let them get kind of like settled in and stuff. So yeah, and her mother-in-law is there and taking off work for a month. So I'm kind of bummed to not feel needed, but I'm not really needed. I wasn't able to be there when Freya was born, and she got through that. So, and I went in December that year. Freya was born in April. So yeah. But that's the way I was like thinking. I was like, it could be. There's things. And then also I had another possibility is, and this is going to be a part-time job, so I don't know. And I may, I don't know, I'm going to pray about it, but I may still apply for another part-time job, which is a preschool teacher at my church. So, because they're looking for those. And so I also had that in mind. I was like, well, if I don't get this one, that means I need to go ahead and try for that one. So, yeah, so those were my thoughts. And I was like, yeah, to be more calm and cool. It's like, it's okay if I don't get this. Because, in thinking back, and Joyce Meyer always says this, it's not from a verse or anything, but she says, we live life forward, but we understand it backwards. And so God was wanting me to move out of Georgia, right? So that's why I felt like I didn't get a permanent job there. And so I'm feeling more as the longer I am here in Denver, and like finding a church and now getting a job, finding an apartment, all of that, things falling into place makes me think I'm supposed to stay here for a little bit. So, yes, I love King and Country. Yeah. Yeah. Right now it's on, like, a lot of my poems come from like listening to music and songs and stuff like that. And I don't have any for King and Country, but I could do one because what the song I'm thinking of right now is "Burn the Ships." You know that song, "Burn the Ships"? Have you seen the video? Oh, it's awesome. And that's what I'm like thinking. Like, okay, I've got a job. I bought more clothes. Because the thing was, I did buy some clothes. I didn't really mean to. I was out of my shoe broke, and I went to this boutique and I bought some clothes, but it was an expensive boutique. I was in St. Louis, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. But I got some jeans and stuff. But because I had hardly any. I'm always in like workout clothes, sweats, whatever, because like traveling around on my RV, and I got rid of a ton of. I had like, and I hardly wore them. I had. Do I know the story about? Not behind that one. I know the one about the illness. One of the brothers had I forget their names. And then who else I like? The one brother married Mariah Peters, and she is awesome, Christian singer too. But I don't know the story behind that song. I was gonna look and see if you're a moderator, Diane. Are you a moderator? I'll make you a moderator. You can wait. So you could drop a link to the song if you want. There you go. Oh, Graham's in Texas. Hi, Graham. Not the Texas you're thinking of, Diane. He's in Texas, Australia. I did put too much dressing, but I love blue cheese. And I missed dressing when I was in Europe. They have oil and vinegar. So you should be a moderator now. Wait. I lost myself. Oh. I think I did hear that story now that you say that. A long time ago. Yes, that sounds familiar now. And who I used to listen to and I loved was their sister, Rebecca St. James. Oh, awesome singer. My kids and I used to listen to her as they were growing up. So I got to finish my story about the tattoos, you guys, because this is funny. This is cool and funny. So I'm worried about my tattoos because the place where I swam did not hire people with tattoos. They didn't want you to have tattoos, or you had to cover them up or something, right? And even this is another, there were so many reasons I needed to get away from Georgia, you guys. Another reason was, okay, so I had used to be friend, Diane, listen up, because it's like when you have, I don't know what's the case with everybody else, but when you have someone in your early life that was a narcissist, then I think you're more easily drawn to them. It's familiar to you. It's familiar to you. And so, and again, it was like Lisa A. Romano, it was other channels also, but Lisa A. Romano, and I'll drop her link, was made me aware of these narcissists in my life. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And then, so I had this friend that would always had a problem with, but I was friends with, she was my best friend though, for like 20 years. And we had a kid that was the same, kids that were the same, our kids were the similar ages. My older kids were similar age to her. She had one. So, I'm sharing Lisa A. Romano's link. But this person, she would always, she was just very manipulative. She would always like be in my life, in my business, telling me what to do, what, you know, she was like another, you know, my husband was already like that. And this friend, she was older than me. She was quite a bit older than me. She had like her child late, you know, I think she was in her late 30s, but she was, you know, oh, see, yeah, see, my dad was. And then I recently realized, Diane, y'all, I think my grandmother, my mom's mom, my mom didn't like to be negative, you know, but she didn't always get along good with her mom. But my grandma would treat us kids differently, and she would be nicer to us. Now there were situations where she was mean to me too. I messed in my pants and she hung them up for like my cousin to see. Embarrassing when I was little, but I remember it. I mean, I was old enough to remember, I was old enough to know better. That did cure me, but it was mean. It was mean. So she was mean sometimes. And I remember I had an outfit my mom helped me pick out. And I was going to church with my grandmother in California, coming from Florida. And I put the outfit on, and it wasn't that, I think she thought it was immodest or something. And she got on to me. She's like, "We're not going to the beach." And I was like, "Huh, Grandma?" But that, and then like how her and my mom were, and I'm like, wow, I think my grandma was a bit narcissistic. And and I remember being kind of heartbroken. I was all the way in Georgia, and she was in California. And she died right when I got pregnant. And my Claire Bear is named after her because she was Clara. Okay, see you later. Oh, okay. Yeah, I understand. I'll see you later. You got to hear the rest of this story, so come back and watch the replay. I'm going to get to my point, I promise. I'm at 49 minutes. I better hurry up, huh? But anyways, I'll move on from my grandma because I was talking about this narcissistic friend I had who we stopped being friends when our kids graduated high school. I was just like, I can't deal with this person anymore. She was so manipulative and controlling. And she would cause my husband and I to argue, to fight too, because they would get together and gang up on me, the two narcissists. And this is a thing too. I'd like to write Dr. Romani or somebody, because I don't know that any channels, I should have to look around or Google it. or search it on YouTube. But narcissists getting together and ganging up on me has happened to me numerous times, repeating history. And I'm like, whoa. And Red's got to have like ninja boundaries, like no narcissists allowed. But anyways, so I would run into this person, and also we built our house across the street from her. So that's my ex's house now, and I moved out into our old house. We were renting out when we moved out of it into the bigger house he built. But we built across the street from her too. And then, I had to cut her out of my life when our kids graduated high school, and then her daughter has her completely out of her life, and because of how she is and how difficult she is. And she came knocking at my door and said something like, "Oh, we're in the same boat." And I'm like, "No, we're not in the same boat. It's totally different boats, okay?" But anyways, because of what I was going through with some of my kids, but she only has the one, so it's I'm sure it's very devastating to her, but not my problem. And I don't blame her, because I had to cut her completely out of my life. But I would see her at the place swimming, right? And so I said something to her, and this is a person, speaking of, somebody was just mentioning to me, holier than thou people, her like my ex, and it's funny, because they're like two peas in a pod, really, because they were both, and I'm just like, I mean, can you imagine? It's like, it's hard enough when you have one person just trying to control you and make you do everything the way they want you to do it, right? But I had this friend, this quote unquote friend of me. That's where I came up with frenemy. Well, I heard it somewhere else, but I don't remember where. But anyways, I ran into her, and her, like I couldn't get my tattoos before. I wouldn't get them because my ex doesn't like tattoos. Well, this person is the same way. This narcissist is the same way, a holier than thou Christian narcissist. Tattoos are bad. And the Bible says, and like, I'll let you know, like, I'm going to drop another link right now. I'm going to drop Joyce Meyer's link about tattoos. And Joyce Meyer, I was so thrilled. She got 2 tattoos. She has one on her back and she has one on her ankle. I want to get one to match the one on her ankle. It says love, and it reminds her to walk in love. So I'm going to drop that. Joyce Meyer Ministries. Let me see. Tattoos. So anyways, so I'm talking to her, not that I really wanted to, but I ran into her at the, and I was still civil to her or whatever. We just didn't hang out together, anymore. But I ran into her, we were talking, and I said I wanted to get a job at that gym. And she said, "Well, you'll have to cover up your tattoos." And it was so annoying. And I just never got called in even for an interview there, though. But I didn't need to get a job there because I was leaving there in 2020. So that was that. I did Airbnb for 2 years, 2017 to 2019. In 2020, I sold my house and left Georgia. Glory, glory, hallelujah. So that was the story. And to finish the story, this is hilarious, you guys. So, like I said, I'm debating. I hadn't met this guy. I hadn't even seen this guy at the pool before, the manager that I was interviewing with. I thought maybe I had, because I saw a guy that he had the shirt on that said head lifeguard, and I was like, maybe that was him. But um, yeah, exactly. That's what this one is for. That when people ask about Jesus on my hand, it's for Isaiah 49:16. Yeah. So there's the link to that, Joyce Meyer on tattoos. And so yeah, so now I know what to title this. Sometimes after my lunch lives, I'll change the title and do what I talked about. I don't always plan it, but yeah. Yeah. So that's what this narcissistic person that I was friends with for 20, I was friends with her like, well, it was more like, I guess 16 years. But it was on and off again because God had me reconcile with her. It really did. He did. And this is an interesting story too, that maybe one of the stories I'll put in my book. I have a ton of stories, you guys. I felt like God was leading me to reconcile with her, and I did. And it wasn't for the reason I thought. Because, then she did the same things, and something came up, and she made this little girl I used to watch all the time cry. She was just like so mean sometimes with, other kids, that like, she was just so she's so holier than thou. And like, she's, she was the reason, and she was the reason she spoke in tongues too. She was the reason I didn't speak in tongues for so long. And I questioned it and went, because I was like, well, doesn't seem to be helping her. I don't need to be that kind of Christian if, that's supposed to be so helpful. It doesn't seem to be doing her much good. Um, I don't do it at church, but sometimes I pray in tongues. That's all. But anyways, she was one of those holier than thou persons, and she's like, well, if you do get a job, you'll have to cover up your tattoos. So fast forward to 2023, and Red's deciding what shirt should I wear. Do I need to cover my tattoos? Do I need to do it? Yeah, it's late there, isn't it? It's later there. Do I need to cover my tattoos? Should I wear the long sleeve shirt or short sleeve shirt? Or what should I do? Right? You guys, I was early. And the rec center is closed for the weeks. They're fixing everything up. They do it every year, I think. It's maintenance week at the rec center, right? So they go get him. I got there early. They went and got him, and he says, "Oh, I'm going to do it." So he comes walking out. Guess what, you guys? He's covered. He's got him on his neck. He's got him on his. I think he had a serenity prayer on. I didn't want to stare. I didn't want to be like, what does that say? he's covered. So I went and I was also glad I wore this one because he's like, well, it's too loud in here, because they were fixing, they were painting, they were fixing the place up. And so yeah, he was he was all tatted up, and I'm like, okay, I made the right decision. So so that's my story. It was good. It went well. I need to finish my lunch here. Yeah, that is sad. It's so, that's not, That's not some, and a lot of them are. That's why I say Christian, not really though. It's unchristian, um, and that's why Joyce Meyer did it on purpose because she says she calls them religious demons. That's what she says. People that are like that, their religious demons are like that, make them like that. That's what she says, anyways. I don't know if I believe that or not, but that's what she says about it. She's like, I got these to make those religious demons mad. Because that's not Christian. That's the opposite of what Jesus taught. Let's see. I'm going to read you guys this one today. I'm going to read you that one today. And there's a specific poem in Red I want to read you again, but you guys, like I said, Red is so long, I don't have a table of contents. When I start editing Red again, I need to make a table of contents so I can find the poems I want to read. I'm finishing up this book. It's really good. It's a study we're doing at church. This guy has a YouTube channel. It's really good. This book is really awesome. In the end of it, he's in the prayer in Ephesians where Paul's praying for the believers. It's just really good. You know, praying that they'll be able to comprehend Christ's love, and it's just an awesome prayer. Yeah, it's early there, isn't it? The bride is snoring her head off. I'm brave enough to say I'm not a fan of tattoos on girls or short haircuts, both of which the bride has. Oh, so that's why you always talk about her, huh? Yeah. It's also why I got my hair short. Now, it wasn't just out of rebellion. I wanted tattoos, and I like tattoos, and I always have been thinking of what sort of tattoo I would get. And then when we separated, and I thought we would probably, I wasn't sure at that point, but when I went to California, I got the Jesus tattoo in the crown. And I was still living with my husband at that time. But it wasn't just, oh, I'm rebelling against you. And the short hair too. It's like I wanted short hair myself to try it. And it's just so easy. But y'all, I had it really, really short. Because I saw this woman who had it really, really short, like that, like this, Ian said, Mom, your hair is shorter than mine. And I didn't even like it. And then I saw this one on Pinterest where she had it in her face like this. I was like, can't do that. But I'm like, I think I'll do that and grow out the top. And so I like it. I like it this way. But I might someday grow it out. You never know. You never know with Red. I love blue cheese dressing. I'm not keen on salad without dressing or with just vinegar and oil. And this Prince of Peace cappuccino, you guys. Prince of Peace cappuccino. You see that? I thought that was so, so cool. And it's yummy. And it's yummy. So, let me finish this. You know what? I think I might finish this later. Because we need to get on with it. We need to get on with it. Oh, these are so good. Wait, I'll finish this. I want to find that poem that I wanted to read you today. Let me open up my read poems and see if I can find it. And like I said, I'm going to read you this one. I got my thing open here. Okay, this one. What is this? I have it open. For 9 years, I was not allowed to cut or color my hair or wear makeup. Yeah, he didn't like it when I colored it. So I didn't color it until it started going white and gray. So, and this is like what my natural color was before it started going white and gray. But he didn't like it when I did it a bright red. Like I would get this Garnier, I got this Garnier Fructis and dyed it, a bright, he didn't like it to be a natural red. He liked it to be my red. So he didn't like me to. And one, it was around Halloween and I was volunteering at my kids' schools and I was going to dress as Sarah Palin. And he wouldn't let me dye it brown. I was going to dye it brown. And he said, nope. And yeah. And I've had pastors, I've gone to churches where they didn't allow you to wear pants, Diane. And yeah. And I was in a cult and I didn't wear makeup when I was a senior in high school. And so what does Graham say? The bride has a full sleeve tattoo with the Ode to the Fallen scrolled down her arm. An incredible piece of artwork, but she's bigger than me and much more. Okay. Graham. But yeah, I was talking to I did actually say it in my video. Let me share that video. I'm still working on doing what the rules and stuff. I'm going to do a scavenger hunt with my lives and ask people to watch some of my old lives for an hour, and then you'll win some little thing. Let me see here if I can. Let me share my narcissistic video. So yeah, I still need watch hours. And so that's why I'm doing the contest too. And if you watch one of my lives and then request which little thing you want to win, I have a ton of stuff. Let's see. I did one on, let's see. I did one about my dad, and I did one on narcissism too, right? Let me see. That was 5 months ago. Yeah, that was around his birthday. Let's see. The thumbnail says, let me see if I can find it. So maybe it was before the one about my dad. Trying to figure it out here. Let's see. I guess it was. I did this video. Okay. I did this video. I'm going to share it on my community tab too. So let me drop it in the link. Hey, Beyond Comfort Travel Adventures. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to Red. So glad you're here. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy my channel. So good to see you. I have 10 watching. Thank you all for being here. I'm about to read this, but I'm going to drop the link to my video on narcissism I did after Angie Atkins' channel I have on my community tab, have on my featured channels, passed away suddenly in, I guess, December. And I did a video. I did my first long video on narcissism. Okay. So, oh yes, thank you for being here. Oh, you're good. Cool. Yes, thank you so much, Crystal. So I'm going to read this. These are always so good. These are what I was reading from before when I was in St. Louis. I was waiting for a little bit for the money from my dad kept being delayed, and I was waiting. I had gotten anxious. I had gone through things, YouTube drama with the bully on YouTube, and I was just sitting at my friends in St. Louis and waiting on the money from my dad. And then I was like, well, I need to do my taxes, and I wasn't going live as often, but I was reading devotions on YouTube, and I was reading a lot from this one. This was from my mom, and it's for recovering persons. I'm not a recovering addict, but I am a codependent and have trouble with people pleasing and enabling people, and that is part of the situation that I find myself in now. And I mentioned it, I think, on Tuesday. Running away from things. It doesn't work. And Joyce Meyer will talk about this in her sermons too. Hey, Ruby Slippers. Hello, hello. I love the Ruby Slippers. I love that. When I do my nails the sparkly red, I say it's Ruby Slippers red. Thank you so much for being here. Hello, hello. Welcome to Reds. I hope you enjoy my channel. I'm reading from August 10th, and this is Letting God, Christian Meditations for Recovering Persons by A. Philip Parham. And it was my mom's book, and she gave it to my sister, and my sister didn't like it. So she gave it back, and I got to have it. And I love it. And I had 2,000 books. I've said before, I had 2,000 books when I downsized. And donated a lot of them to friends of the library. I would put them in those the free libraries where you take a book and you swap a book. Graham, we have come to an agreement. I don't say anything about her hair or tattoos, and she promised not to strangle me anymore. She must not have been successful at it because you're still kicking, Graham. But anyways, it's a good book. But this is a book I would not get rid of, would not part with. When I downsized, I kept this because it was from my mom. She wrote in the front of it too. My mom passed in 2009. But this is from August 10th. He who believes has eternal life. John 6:47. A fable tells of a scorpion who went up to a turtle about to cross a wide river. The scorpion said, "Mr. Turtle, would you let me ride upon your back across the river?" The turtle said, "Oh no, you'll sting me and I'll die." The scorpion denied it and said, "I wouldn't sting you, Mr. Turtle. You are my friend. If I sting you, we would both drown." Mr. Turtle agreed, and he swam into the river with the scorpion on his shell. Halfway across, the scorpion stung the turtle on the head. As they were sinking, the turtle cried out, "You promised! Why did you sting me?" The scorpion answered, "I had to. You see, it's my nature to sting. That's all a scorpion will do." This is a parable of our pain. How many times did we trust alcohol, food, gambling, some action, or some person and get stung again and again? Recovery is based on trustworthy people, trustworthy programs, trustworthy steps, and a trustworthy God. We must use our heads and consider the source. God can help us because it's his nature to help and to heal. He will never betray or sting us. Why trust anyone else? Teach me to trust only what can be trusted, Lord. Teach me to trust you. Amen. I'm so glad you all are here. Thank you all for being here. I'm going to read you a poem now. I'm over an hour, so I often go over. I often start late. And so I got to my interview, you guys, before noon, and it was over. When I looked at my phone for the time, I decided I left my purse in the car. I just took my car keys and my phone, but I put my phone on airplane mode. And so that's all I had. And I looked at my phone as I was going, and it was noon. So we finished an interview before noon, and he said he was going to send me the email. They're going to train me, and I could possibly be a swim instructor. They're looking for swim instructors too. And I told him I used to be a nanny in Florida when I lived in Florida when I was a teen. And these two little girls that I was a nanny for, they were 2 and 3, and their family got a pool. So then they had the swim instructor come to the house every week and give them swim lessons in their pool. And from watching that, when I had my oldest, Sarah, at 20, I was going to see, because I have a video of it, you guys. I have a video of me swimming with Sarah when she was like 1.5. But I taught her to swim as a baby from watching this woman teach. And all those years ago, because this is, how old am I? This was 30, this is 40 years ago now, or so. I guess I was 18 when I did that, when I was a nanny. And so misread book to put on. Oh. 3 small libraries. Oh, getting them to put my book in the library? That'd be cool. Thanks. I was up in, what was cool, I was up in, where was I? Pennsylvania. It was Pennsylvania. That's right. Before my daughter moved there, long before that, at an Airbnb, and I went to, I stayed at an Airbnb, and I went to, with friends that were up there, friends that I met in Mexico. I went to a Newsboys concert with them, and I stayed at this Airbnb, and I went to church with this lady. It was a universal church, though. It was an interesting church. I think it was in April, because it was like, what's that called? World, like recycling day, world, what do they call that day? Earth Day. That's what it was. Earth Day. And her church, she got her church, she was like on some board or something. She got her church to buy my book for their church library. So, ooh, you learned to swim from, oh, wow. Yeah. My kids were lifeguards they all of them at one point or another. Yeah, all of them. Pretty sure all of them. Teddy, Sarah, Teddy. Yeah, all of them worked at this Christian camp that was down the street from where the big house was that my ex built. And they all worked there. And then I believe Ian and Claire and Lydia were lifeguards there, because there's a lake. And Claire's last job was, my Claire Bear in Pennsylvania was a swimming instructor. But now she's home with her babies. Well, one baby and baby on the way. So now let me try and find that poem. I wanted to read you a specific poem because I got called a name yesterday, and it was still annoying, but not nearly as annoying as it used to be for me. I'm getting tougher, y'all. I'm getting a thicker skin. I'm rolling with the punches. I'm just getting tougher. Let's just say that I'm getting tougher. I'm starting to learn more where these poems are, since I'm always looking through here, you guys, to try to find a certain poem. They go through when they happened. So I write poems about what really happened, what happens to me in my life. Some of them are like stories and um, there's a good one. Maybe I'll read that one tomorrow. Trying to find a certain one if I can. Let's see. A poem called Identity Theft. Let's see if I can find it. Just a minute. I apologize. I'm sorry I'm taking so long. Wait. No, that one's about leaving the Matrix. Oh, okay, I found it. The things that happened yesterday reminded me of this poem. And it's called Identity Theft. But it's when people attack you and call you something. Type it in my search. Oh yeah, I'm looking through a document, my document of my read poems. Okay, well here's one from my new book of poems that's not out yet, but I keep reading them on here. So this is like what I went through when I separated from my ex. So it's called Identity Theft. They attack at the core of who you are. You're a bad mother, a bad wife. Look at your sorry life. Your house is a mess. You're a hoarder, a hoe. Are you on drugs too? Now what did I do? There's a beauty in the pain. Set fire to the rain. Let the lies go. Remind me who I am. I am a daughter of the King. He's washed me and made me clean. Now in beautiful robes of righteousness, he has taught me how to dress and to possess a quiet dignity. I will laugh without fear of the future. I don't need to scream or shout or run about or chase any man. The King has replaced my hardened heart with a beautiful heart of flesh. It's still broken. Yes, that's true. But the wounds are where his light shines through. That's my tattoo. So that all went together, y'all. And that was just God that I just told that story about the tattoos and wanting to get the job at the gym in Georgia and not getting it because of that tattoos. And I think I didn't get the Chick-fil-A job because of the tattoos. And I'm thankful that things are changing. And then I just got interviewed by this manager that was covered in tattoos. And I went through it. Since you just got here, Ruby Slippers and Beyond Comfort Travel Adventures, I was saying I was in between, like, should I wear the short sleeve shirt or the long sleeve shirt that covers up, I can't cover up the one on my hand though anyways, but the short sleeve shirt or the long sleeve shirt to cover my tattoos. And I went with the short sleeve shirt and it was good. And I got the job. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for sending people over here. I appreciate it. And I'm going to work on, I'll post on my community tab about the contest and the rules and stuff. And you could win some of Red's little things like this puzzle box. If you find the live where I have the puzzle box, I think I'm going to put certain lives for you guys to find. And then I think you're going to get to pick, because I took pictures. I put all these little things out on my bed. I even put You can win $5 in euro. I have euros, leftover euros. If you want to win $5 worth of euros. Aw, thank you. I think you're great too. You guys, I'm not that stressed today, but I have a chocolate. I'm not as stressed today. I'm less stressed today. But let's see what the Dove chocolate says. Thank you so much, Crystal. Oh, it's 104 outside and 109. Yikes. Whoa. Yeah, stay inside. That's hot. Let's see. What does it say? Today is your day. It is. I got the job. Yay. Come back tomorrow. We'll celebrate. I got the job, and I'm giving all my problems to God. Praying about them. Not gossiping about them. That is not me. No. And people need to learn what's gossip and what's not gossip. Yes, thank you, Crystal. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm gonna do this contest. I got a bunch of stuff. Might even go. I had little toys on my kitchen table when I did Airbnb. This was one of them. So I might even, like, if you want a little etch a sketch. But I'm gonna start putting the rules and which like I said on I think I said it on Tuesday. See if you can find the live where Van Vita Travels interviews Red. Might have to look in the back. Look at my old lives. Watch it. You have to watch for an hour, please. I'm doing this contest because I need watch hours. And then if you have to leave a comment and say a couple things about, I don't know what if I'll say 2 things. Say something about the beginning of the live and the end of the live or the middle of the live. I don't know. What do you guys think? You have to make a comment, and you'll have to let me put the banner below. You have to email me your address, of course, and I'll send you something. You can win. You can win the Little Mermaid. You can win the wolf. This is a wolf I got in Branson when I was at a meetup in Branson, Missouri. You could win. Be easy to find. If you watch a whole live from Windsor when I was in UK, you could win this if you're going to UK and you need an adapter for your phone. I said if you want the fire truck. Well, I'm going to say you can pick anything. I'm going to have to put the photos on my community tab, but you can pick which of the little things you want. I had some puzzles and stuff. I laid them all on my bed. There's magnets. The little owl is from the redwoods. The little elephant is from the redwoods. I said if you find a find a poem, find a live. There's a number of lives where I say my white elephant poem. Find one of those, watch it, watch for an hour. Find the one where I do the yo-yo. Watch for an hour. It's a very long live, but if you watch for an hour, you could win the yo-yo or any other small thing. This is like if you have stress, you could win this. I'm downsizing a little bit, y'all. I have a tiny bowling set you could win. And I decided I'll let you win, since it's just little things. I'll let you win 3 times, up to 3 times. You can win up to 3 times, but that means you have to watch 3 hours of Red, the little Bluebird of Happiness. I have 2 of these because my mom gave me one, and then I saw one when I was in Julian. I bought this little Bluebird of Happiness is from Julian, California, when I was at the Glow meetup. So, and a lot of them are from places I went and stuff. And a lot of things I decided, do I want to put that in there? Do I want to part with that if somebody picks it? This is a little bear from San Francisco I got years ago. So that's in the, but I also did camp at Half Moon Bay. It's beautiful state park near San Francisco. But anyway, so that's that. Let me go back to the comments. Like, you want to win the yo-yo? There it is. And I also have what? Let's see. Oh, I have a little pet. Oh, little books. I have little books in the thing. This is a little like coffee table book with Maya Angelou. That's appropriate. Dolly. I love Dolly. I bought these and I'm like, I tend to collect things I tend to collect. It was books before. I got rid of 2,000 books and now I have more books, but I'm not using these and I haven't. I don't do Sudoku, so if somebody wants that crosswords. So it's basically watch a hour. Watch an hour of Red, and I'm gonna put a scavenger hunt. I'll probably get to that today, hopefully. I have a little miniature. I have a little travel spirograph. Remember the spirograph? All right, bye, Diane. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Oh, thank you so much. Which one? Oh, did you watch the interview? Oh, comment on it. I'll send you a little thing. You'll win a little thing. Yeah, you comment on it. You watched the one with Van Vita? Yeah, she's behind her icon, but it's her. You'll recognize her voice. This is a little owl that who's, but I can't get the little tab thing. I need to see if I can get the little thing out of here because the little tab now is stuck in here that you have to pull out so that he whoos. I'll have to see if I can get that out. But he whoos. See his little speaker, but see the tab thing is stuck. So I'll have to see if I can fix him. And I have a short with the balls. You can win 4 of those, I think. And like I said, you can win euros. If you're going to Europe, you could win $5 worth of euros. I have thinking putty. This was on my table at Red's Airbnb too. It's just fun to play with. So that's why it's called the Little Things Contest. Little Things Watch Hour Contest. So you can win some cool little things. And Yoda, I put Yoda. Oh, well, it's Grogu. It's Grogu. So that's the biggest little. He's like the biggest little thing. Oh, and I have the Grogu is the biggest little thing, but I also have this, which is kind of big. I'm like, I don't know how much. It's got 2 paddles and the thing like a badminton thing. And of course, I got, let's see, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I'm gonna go get more of it. I'm showing you more stuff. Ah! I hope that doesn't break. I dropped the thing. You can pick a sticker that you want too with your little thing. Tell me which sticker you want, and I'll send a sticker. And then I have a little wolfie. I have a square one. I have stuff here, you guys. Ah, here's what I was looking for. Of course, you can win bubbles. I'm gonna have to get more of these though. I'd probably send you a couple of those. Not just one. These come in a pack. Oops. You guys, I got bubbles on my keyboard. Bye. I'm going to pray. What are the rules to the contest? I'm going to post them on my community tab. I haven't posted them yet. But I'm going to put different lives for you to find. I have over 1,000 videos, and I don't know how many lives I have now, but I have a lot of lives. I think it's probably been, well, I've been going live since 2021, so it has been 2 years. I've been going live, and I was going, okay, bye, Graham. You're already gone probably, but sorry, I was distracted. And I got bubbles on my keyboard. Yes. Rose gave me the idea for it because she commented on the hot chocolate that I was trying to give away, but nobody commented on it. And like, I ended up drinking it, and it was an old video. So I had drank it all. And the funny thing was I had just bought some more, and I was like, oh, I did just buy some more. I'm going to send it to you. So Rose gave me that idea. So, and I thought I'll have people looking around at what other videos they might be interested in watching, but I need watch time. I have enough subscribers to get the memberships, and I'm close to having enough subscribers for the AdSense. And what I need is watch time. So yeah. And I have these little pads of paper and pens. You can have that from Portugal. And I got one in Britain. I started to use these, and I was like, hey, I'm going to put these in the contest. Because I like to buy I'm Redheaded Riding Hood, writing with a W. So I get writing things. So you can win this from London. And this, you guys, I was like, oh, I got 2 pins. I gave 1 pin to my friend Judy loves, and she's been to London a couple times, but she hasn't gone to Abbey Road, and she loves the Beatles. So I gave her my pin and my Yellow Submarine coloring book. But I got this pad of paper from Abbey Road Studios and this pin too, so you could win that. I also got a wolf pen in London, in Windsor, but it does not write. Yes, you can. Yes. And any moderators, you can drop your link if you're a content creator and you want to drop your link. I don't know if Graham's a moderator or not. Graham, do you want to be a moderator? Because I can make you one. But if you'd rather not have the responsibility. Okay, thanks for dropping those links. That's awesome. And drop your own link too, Crystal. And I'm going to pray and then y'all go because, oh my goodness, I've gone 45 minutes over. Oh my goodness. Okay. Dear Lord, thank you for my friends and YouTube followers. I pray that you would bless them, Lord. Please continue to heal my friend Lori and heal her son of his injuries, Alex. And please bless all our children, Lord, and our grandchildren. And thank you for them, Lord. We just thank you for always being with us, Lord. Thank you that my interview went well and that I got the job, Lord. Thank you so much. Thank you for my apartment. Thank you for my car, Lord. Thank you for all my children, Lord. And I pray that you be with them and protect them and keep them well. And Lord, I pray for our relationships, Lord, and our families and even our friends, Lord, that you would help us to forgive one another and not hold bitterness, Lord, and that you would give us wisdom, Lord, and to know who we should hang around and who we should talk to, Lord, because sometimes we just don't need negativity in our lives, and we maybe need to forgive someone, Lord, but maybe not continue to have them in our lives, Lord. And I pray that you would just give us that wisdom and help us to be strong in setting those boundaries. Are there any new prayer requests? Lord, I pray you continue to comfort those who have lost loved ones, Lord, and strengthen them, Lord. I think of Lori's son-in-law who lost a friend, Lord, and I pray you continue to heal my son's friend who was in the motorcycle accident, Lord. Jacob, that you would heal him and be with him, Lord, and comfort him. And thank you for always hearing and answering our prayers, Lord. Help us to trust you more. And I pray these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, I got the job lifeguarding. So excited. Yeah. And that's what I think I'm going to talk about tomorrow is talk about more about boundaries. I have this book. I listened to it on Audible, and then I'm like, it's so good. And it had like questions and answers and all of that. And this is Terry Cole. She has her link is in my featured channels also. But I think I'm going to talk about boundaries again tomorrow. I've talked about them before, but thanks so much, Ronald. God bless all y'all. So this woman has a great channel too, and she talks a lot about. She'll talk about narcissists too, but also just boundaries. And it's a good channel. Yes, thank you so much for being here. Thank you to the new people too. Thank you, Crystal, for sharing out my link. Beyond Comfort and Ruby Slippers, thank you so much for being here. Where's Anthony? I should message him and make sure he's okay, because Anthony's always here. Anthony, I hope you're okay. Love you, my friend. Oh yeah, it's a good channel. Yeah, she has good stuff, and especially this book. This book is excellent. So I listened to it. Thanks for being here, Ivan. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, after I listened to the book, I was like, "Well, that's good. I need to listen to that again," because I've learned about boundaries, but it's one thing to learn something, but then it's another thing to do it. You know. So yeah, I needed and I needed to do that with the information on narcissists. It's one thing, like, you learn it, you see what the problem is, and then it's like, how do I deal with it? What do I do? So yeah, so we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll talk about boundaries. Y'all, don't say that no one cares for you, because I do, and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.